Portions of the following program are pre-recorded. Welcome to another edition of The Ride Home with John and Kathy, live from the Salem-Pittsburgh studios. And now here are your hosts, John Hall and Kathy Emmons.
Ah, yes. Not just any edition, the Friday edition of The Ride Home. Thank you for being with us. We are back to our regular show here today. Hopefully the next 2 hours will be of interest, some frivolity thrown in as well as we get ready to look at the weekend.
I'm ready for some frivolity, John. It's a Friday, for goodness sake.
Yeah, it doesn't like some frivolity.
For goodness sake. I don't know how to thank this listening audience for their generosity over the last 3 days to Cross International. I mean... You
guys. Seriously. We do this...
I run out of adjectives. Seriously.
Well, it's humbling.
It is humbling. Really. It is humbling.
When we start this campaign, you know, okay, here's where we're headed. This is what... And you think, how are we going to do this? And the people are so kind and so incredibly generous. They see the felt need, the power of the ministry, and they're willing to pitch in. I mean, it's just really, it truly is humbling to be sitting in this chair month after month and to see you respond.
Yeah.
So thank you so deeply, so very, very much.
Yeah. And the best we can tell you is that the money that you give actually makes a difference.
Yeah. It does.
We've
seen it.
Yeah, we have seen it.
Yeah. And Tommy talked about that a lot.
Yeah.
Right. It's just not going into some hole somewhere.
Right.
Kids' lives are changed forever, for the better forever.
Right. So thank you for every person who gave.
Yeah. Little football this weekend. Are you excited?
A lot of football. 2 and 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday.
Both at the same times?
I think it's a 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. start for each day. That's my guess.
That works for me. Does it work for you?
It's fine. It's totally fine. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah. Are you doing special snacks or are you just going to wing it? What's in the fridge? Give me a bag of chips.
I don't think I can do what's in the fridge.
You going to go out and buy something special?
I got a new cookbook for Christmas. Did I tell you about that?
No.
Yeah. It's by Jess Seinfeld, Jerry's wife.
Oh.
And it's called Vegan at Times.
Vegan at times. Well, that's kind of your household.
At times.
Right?
Right. My husband can't eat meat. And so I needed to get a little influx of new things to cook.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I've made 2 recipes from it already. Both are delicious. And so I think I might have to come up with like a snack thing.
Okay, good.
Maybe for either Saturday or Sunday.
Very nice. We bought a new food processor over the holidays.
I got one for Christmas.
Did you though?
What?
Mm-hmm. We've had, seriously, the one we had was like my mother-in-law's.
The one I had, I got for my wedding. At my bridal shower.
It looked like it was made in 1973. Seriously, I mean, no exaggeration.
So you got a new food processor.
Yeah, and so my kid has been like Mr. Chef here recently. We've got like hummus, like up the wazoonie. He is like pushing, try this kind of hummus. And it's all excellent.
I love hummus.
Me too. So we're eating lots of pita and hummus lately.
Oh, that's exciting.
Very
so
nice.
you're going to have that for your snack?
Don't go that far.
Oh, no, you want something new.
I'm doing some chips.
Are you?
Always. It's my go-to. You know that.
You know, I made low-fat, high-protein buffalo chicken dip for New Year's Eve.
What?
Instead of
low-fat, what?
High protein. Instead of cream cheese, you use cottage cheese.
I
hate cottage cheese, but you guys, I couldn't taste it. It was pretty good. No, it was pretty good.
Why are you doing that?
Because I want to fit in my pants.
Okay, fine. Low-fat.
My pants are a little tight right now,
high
you
protein.
guys.
Well, of course, it's after the holiday.
Christmas. It's pretty rough. I need to get back into my...
Yeah. I look at the scale in the bathroom out of the corner of my eye like it's my foe.
I'm not even getting on right now. I feel like I don't want the information it's ready to give.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Right.
I just don't want
I agree with you 100%.
Is it too early for me to tell you? Oh,
tell me
Lexi doesn't even know.
Oh, what? She doesn't know what? Oh.
We do this every Friday.
Oh, right.
Your weekend has begun.
Ah, yes. Fabulous it is. We got to bring Lexi into this. It's 8 minutes past the 4 o'clock hour on a Friday afternoon. Truly, all is right and well with the world.
Yes.
All right?
Exactly.
It's a learning curve here.
It is a learning curve.
This is the end of Lexi's second full week. I mean, we can't expect her to
I don't think she can divine what we want to say.
She's going to revolutionize the show. Right. That's what she's going to do. Really.
She can't imagine our intentions.
What is wrong with these kids today?
Oh my gosh! Coming up next.
No, wait.
What?
Aren't you doing news?
Oh, I forgot.
What the hooterly?
Wait.
What's going on here?
I got top 4, you guys.
People think we're out of control or not organized around here. How about yesterday? He came in. It was like, was it 10 after 4?
It was.
Quarter after 4.
Listen.
So just wandering in. Listen,
I was recording a new commercial spot, and I have to admit, it sounds pretty good. I just went and listened to it.
Well, it should sound magisterial, considering how late you were. We're in here doing a show, and we're like...
Lexi comes into the production studio, and she's like, you're on the air.
I'm giving Lexi like the thumb, like, go find her. Go find her. And she's like...
It was a little bit of a theatrical thing going on back there, John.
It
was a two-person thing, and we were trying to,
out there over having root beer floats or something someplace else.
I'd like to have a root beer float. But do you really want to drink your calories like that?
A root beer float? Oh, yes, I do.
Do you?
I would drink that. Don't you love root beer floats?
I love a root beer float, but if it comes down to that or something I could chew, like a cookie or a piece of cake, I think I would go with the cookie or cake.
See that question that you ask? It's not part of my thought process.
Ever.
No. Do you really, do you really want to drink your calories? No. That's why I avoid cottage cheese. Seriously.
The cottage cheese, you couldn't even taste it in the buffalo chicken.
I could care less.
You could not even. It was good. Plus, it is high in protein.
On a bed of lettuce and some pineapple.
No, I dipped celery and carrots in there.
Anyway,
all right,
let's go to the news. Without further ado, Kath, please give us the top 4 at 4.
For Friday, January 20th, 2023, number 1. The Allegheny County DA's office said a Pittsburgh activist should be jailed and resentenced after she posted messages on Facebook about the shooting death of Brackenridge Police Chief Justin McIntyre. Prosecutors filed a motion to detain Nikki Jo Dawson and supplemented that with an additional 20-page brief on the matter. After McIntyre was shot and killed on January 2nd, Dawson posted on Facebook some absolutely wretched things that I'm not going to repeat here. I mean, it's truly appalling. Chief Deputy Trial District Attorney William Petula is asking for a probation violation hearing based on the social media messages I just told you about, and also Dawson's previous failure to pay the costs for electronic monitoring, which he's going to complete on February 1st. Why electronic monitoring, you ask? Well, because Nikki Jo Dawson pleaded guilty to attempted arson for trying to set fire to 2 separate pizza shops on the night of October 29th back in 2019. She was ordered to serve 3 years of probation, including the first 6 months on house arrest. As for her social media posts in the wake of McIntyre's killing, Petula said that Dawson, quote, saw fit to insert her posts to further execute law enforcement just moments after Chief McIntyre was assassinated only yards from his mother's home, and Officer Jordan Schreckengoss lay wounded by gunfire. Petula says Dawson is prominent and well-known, and the sway she has over her audience is concerning. It's according to the Trib. Number 2, President Biden told reporters in California that he has no regrets, John, not a single one, on the handling of documents marked classified that were discovered at a former office of his and in his Wilmington home. Mr. Biden, asked why the White House didn't disclose the existence of the documents before the midterm elections, told reporters he thinks they're going to find there's no there there. That's what he said.
Okay.
The president's response comes as the White House press secretary said that the White House's chief counsel faces daily questions about why the administration didn't disclose the November discovery of the records from his time as VP until after CBS News decided to report it first.
What the heck? I mean, even Frank Sinatra had regrets.
Get out
a
of
few.
Here. Number 3.
But then again, too few to mention.
That was good. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida said today that he plans to downgrade the legal status of COVID-19 to the equivalent of seasonal influenza, a move that would further relax mask wearing and other preventive measures in the country. Currently, COVID is categorized as a Class 2 disease in Japan, along with SARS and tuberculosis, and is subject to restricting movements of patients and their close contacts. This change will mark a major turning point in Japan's COVID-19 policy. And number 4... You don't want to comment on the Japan policy?
I'm still stuck on cottage cheese.
Number 4, the Pirates formally announced today the signing of 5-time All-Star outfielder, 2013 NL MVP Andrew McCutchen. He's 36 years old, coming back to the team that drafted him after a 5-year hiatus for a 1-year, $5 million contract. And that is your top 4 at 4.
Excellent. Okay, welcome back, Kutch, right? I think it's a good public relations move at the very worst. And who knows? Maybe Kutch has some life left in his body.
In Pirate history, he 4th in home runs. Mm-hmm. How about that?
It's a lot.
4th in home runs.
He wasn't here that long.
No, 7th in extra base hits, 10th in total bases, 9th in doubles, 14th in games played. And he's one of only 2 active players, the other being Mike Trout of the Angels, with at least 200 stolen bases and 200 home runs.
Kutch, bring it back, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, I'm going opening day.
Maybe I'll come.
Let me know soon.
Well, how are we going to... Someone has to run the show.
We shouldn't talk about this on air.
Coming up next, Danny Huerta from Focus on the Family. How is it that you can help your preteen actually thrive and maintain a spiritual outlook on things? We'll talk about it next. Friday edition, Ride Home.
101.5 WORD.
Plan now to join Word FM aboard the Gateway Clipper. It's our Valentine Dinner Cruise, Friday, February 10th. A special night out for sweethearts, couples, and friends. Enjoy a delicious dinner buffet in the romantic warmth of the Gateway Clipper's Empress as you take in spectacular views of the city skyline. Boarding time is 6 p.m. Book now at wordfm.com. Sponsored in part by Trinity Jewelers and Cornerstone Television.
If you are 65 or older, you know this. Watching your hard-earned dollars fly out the window on healthcare costs is so frustrating. But here's some great news. If you missed the December 7th deadline for open enrollment, it's not too late. Here's something that can really help. It's MediShare 65 Plus. MediShare is a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills. It's people who encourage and pray for each other, too. MediShare 65 Plus is a low-cost option for those with Medicare Parts A and B, and it fills in the gaps where Medicare stops. It's a great way to fight inflation, too. You can lock in one low monthly price for up to 10 years. Plus, it's easy. You can use any Medicare-approved doctor or get 24/7 telehealth access from the comfort of your home. So worth looking into. MediShare 65 Plus is open for enrollment, and if you join right now, before January 31st, your second month will be free. So don't miss this chance. Call 833-SHARE-55. That's 833-SHARE-55. 833-SHARE-55.
Have you or your children ever faced hunger at a level where your life or theirs were at risk? Or have you ever been in a situation where you had little or no access to clean drinking water and no ability to get it? For most of us in the United States, we have never had to face that crisis. But for children in the countries of Malawi, Zambia, and Uganda, it's a battle they face every single day. Cross International is asking for your help to provide life-saving resources for children in these African countries and other nations where Cross International has partners and is working to solve this crisis and assist with COVID-19 efforts. A $62 one-time gift per child helps provide life-saving resources like food, water, COVID-19 assistance, Christian education, and a Bible. If you would like to give a life-saving gift for one or more children, you can get involved right now by calling 1-866-806-2977. That's 1-866-806-2977. Or look for the Cross International banner at wordfm.com.
Hi, my name's Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold, the highest-rated precious metals firm in the country. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Scrolling through literally thousands and thousands and thousands of family photos over the Christmas holiday. So you get to see your kids, here's newborn babies and toddlers and, second grade, fifth grade. and this sweet little explosion, and then you reach a point, there's like a hard line in the sand where all of a sudden everyone becomes dour and a little sour. And you think, what the heck happened to my babies?
Right. My babies were happy when they were 6, and then all of a sudden when they're 11.
It's brutal. Such is the preteen and teen years. However, there's some good news.
There is. We've got Dr. Daniel Huerta on the line with us. He oversees Focus on the Family's initiatives that equip moms and dads just like you with biblical principles and counsel for raising healthy kids who are resilient and rooted in faith. Danny, happy to have you back.
Hey, thanks for having me on the show. Appreciate
Always a
it.
pleasure, Dan. Okay, so talk to us about your family. Your kids, how old?
Yeah, I have a son that's 19 and then a daughter 17.
All right.
Love being a dad.
Excellent. So you've been there and you've done that, right? So you know of what you speak.
I do with my 2 kids. I know that each family's unique. Each child's very unique. And so what we're about to talk about needs to be distilled through a parent's understanding of their relationship with their child and the unique personalities in their kids. There's no one resource that answers every single question for parents.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's good, because not every, and even if you find a resource that quote unquote works with one child, it doesn't mean it's going to work with all of your kids. And so this has to be, parenting is like a frontiersman journey, is that you don't really know what to expect and you kind of learn as you go. Can you talk to parents who are in the middle of trying to figure that out?
Well, I mean, we get certifications for everything this day and age, but not parenting. And you're kind of thrust into it once you've decided, or you didn't decide, and all of a sudden you're a parent and you're trying to figure out how to adapt to and respond to the unique personality of your child. And many parents start to scramble and look at resources that are there, and they're trying things, and at some point, some of them actually give up because it's not working the way they want it to work. So I just want to give a point of encouragement to parents that your first role is to be very relationally present with your child. And that means being able to listen, to validate, to figure out your own trigger points, where they're coming from, how you're showing up to the invitation to be mom and dad. And then from there, get ready for the ride of being transformed in that relationship as you become more and more attuned and attached to your child and what their need is and when they're needing that. And you're not going to be perfect. And that's the good news, is there's a lot of resilience within that relationship. And there's some important key conversations you need to have. Otherwise, culture will do them for you, and then it gets messier down the road.
Yeah, that's good. I like what you said, Danny, about being relationally present, how key that is. So talk to us. You joined us because Focus on the Family has something new called Launched into the Teen Years. And, of course, it's designed to help parents guide their teens, their preteens, successfully into adulthood. Tell us about this.
Yeah, this is a unique resource in that you consume it with your kids. Sometimes parenting resources are just for the parent, or there's some other things that are just for the child. This is for both of you, and there's some videos that are specific to you as a parent to coach you, to just give you some ideas, some thoughts, some things to marinate on as you prepare for that specific session that you're going to watch with your preteen. And you can start as early as 6 or 7, and really starting conversations around identity, friendships, the body early on are very, very important so that there isn't any confusion and you bring the truth and you become the source to your kids. And so this is a 6-session video series with a journal for your child, your preteen, and if you have multiple kids, you'd have to get multiple journals there. And then the other one is a parent guide to lead you along the way. And it begins with that identity, that core identity, and then ends with setting the vision for sexuality and how that's a gift that you get to give, that you take care of along the way, and the beauty of God's design around that. And that we don't need to fear sexuality. It's not a bad word. It's actually something that can go sideways according to what emotions, desires, what culture tells you. And so as a parent, you want to guide them along the way and to have them see that you want them to have a very healthy sexual relationship, emotional, mental relationship with their spouse someday. And this is about guarding that and having that journey together. And so I'm excited. I'm excited about this resource and what it will do for parents and their kids. I want to see the results here in years to come, how that plays out.
Dr. Dan Huerta is with us. He oversees Focus on the Family's initiatives that equip moms and dads with biblical principles and counsel for raising healthy and resilient kids rooted in faith. Dan, you mentioned that this is a resource that parents and kids can use together. And it just made me think of how important it is when your kids are going through those years to make sure that you keep everybody on the same team. It's easy to become oppositional, I think, with your kids when they start to go into adolescence. Can you talk about that way of kind of, stopping that and keeping everybody, kind of fighting on the same team?
Yeah, and that's tricky. You're going to have disagreements, and a lot of that's the trust that you build. And if you're taking time to have other conversations, and it's not just about teaching, but about listening and validating and being present with your child. And really, I love to set the vision, and I did this early on with my kids, and that's you get to be a contributor not only within our home, but within relationships outside of our home and within God's kingdom. He's called you to be a contributor. When you become a consumer, things become all about you, and that's what happened in the garden, and it continues to chase us. And we see culture very, very focused on the consumption of sexuality, the consumption of people. It's all about myself. And so helping kids just bring that to light and letting them catch vision that being a contributor is much more freeing, and it's actually a very loving thing, and you can actually find connectedness. And that's a core need that a teen has. They want to feel a sense of belonging, a sense of worth, and a sense of competence. Those are three very, very core needs. And then the last one's a sense of independence. And so if you see those four core needs, if you're a contributor, you find those in a very satisfying way. As a consumer, you're constantly thirsty. And so we want to teach our kids that when they're thinking about thirst, you can bring a very good object lesson, what actually satisfies thirst. And I wonder in life what that looks like. And God's given us all those illustrations within Scripture. And one quote that I love is one about having a history that you want to remember. And this comes from Jim Rohn. It says, we must all suffer from one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The difference is discipline weighs ounces while regret weighs tons. That'd be a great conversation between a parent and a child. What does that even mean?
Yeah, that's really good. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. So, Danny, we were talking on the air the other day about when the first iPhone was released. And shockingly so, it was only in 2007. And, of course, cataclysmic of what it's done to society, the world. Can you talk about, social media? What's interesting to me is, the titans of social media, they won't let their kids on social media. They won't give their kids iPhones. I mean, there it is right there. But it's hard because if everybody's got one, well, then how you're leaving your kid out of the mix? And, socially, they you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, it can be a very lonely place for some teens because they want to feel like they're part of the cool side, the culture, and they're a normal person. We're always wanting to figure out what's normal, and right now normal is social media, you interact with it, and it's really about having very open, intentional conversations and a lot of boundaries and limits. And for some parents, they've chosen no social media. In my home, we talked about the guarding of the mind and the so what and why of social media and technology. We had a contract at 16. If they were going to have when they were going to have a phone, they needed to have a contract, and we would check back and forth on that, and had check-ins on guarding their mind. And we set vision for that. And with that, my son and my daughter both said, man, I noticed that social media just wastes a lot of people's time, and they had a lot of other interests, and they decided no social media. Right now, they're getting into it more for business purposes, being able to be entrepreneurial with a few things, and they're enjoying that aspect of it. But there's always goods and bads to many things, and we get to talk through those with our kids. And right now, technology and social media are not going to go away, so we've got to lean in and figure out the foundations that we need to build in our kids. And I would say that the few that I would start on early, from 3, 4, 5 years old, are self-control, humility, and then empathy. They start off with those three. They become teachable, and you're creating the groundwork so that social media conversations go well when they reach the teen years.
That's really good. I mean, you keep saying that the discussions or conversations. I mean, I guess that's ideal, right? Is just keeping
talking.
Yeah, you mentioned the contract that you and your kids have, and then you'd check back, right? And you'd talk about it again. It's just a lot of keeping communication lines open.
Yes, and it takes a lot of energy. A lot of times you just don't feel like it. And there's so many pressures just coming in to parents, right, from all sides, from work to finances to advertising to emails from school and other things, and then church and things if you want to serve at church. And just there's a blitz of information and things where parents are just tired. This one, you just need to be very intentional and make it a part of your flow. And you may have to reset at times. The idea is to pause, look in your kids' eyes, and show that it's an ongoing conversation, and you've shown up with patience, you've shown up with grace and compassion towards them because they have a lot coming at them, and that you're doing what it takes to regulate your own stress levels as you show up to those invitations. And the more you can model that, the more you're showing your kids just by doing life. And then from there, the teachability within that relationship is fantastic. You just need to be persistent, consistent, and the imperfections will be there. So don't worry about that. That's where you get to really train your kids on what love's about, and that's forgiving and grace and knowing that people are around them are imperfect. So you can tell your kids, hey, you're welcome. When you're imperfect, you say, you're welcome. I'm just training you in what love really is about, right? and having a good moment to smile and laugh with each other, and the fact that you're trying to do this love thing together as a family, and you're one of the few people that would die for them, and they need to understand that on a regular basis.
Outstanding. We're talking with Danny Huerta from Focus on the Family. They've got a brand new resource called Launch into the Teen Years. Danny, I'm sure you've seen this, and you see this if you're part of a church or you're a Christian for any number of years. You see a couple, they're strong, they're intentional, they're showing up. Their kids are, they're connected with their kids, but for whatever reason, one of the kids makes a hard turn and falls off a cliff. You see this, and there's I don't know what the rhyme or reason is, and the parents, it affects the marriages. Sometimes there's divorce involved. I mean, it's just a heartbreak for everyone. So there's nothing, of course, that's fail-safe as a resource, is there?
No, I mean, welcome to the Old Testament, right, of Scripture, right there. You just described it. So it started in the garden. That's Genesis. We had Adam and Eve with the perfect parent, and there was rebelliousness there. We're born with that, and some more than others. You'll have personalities that just want to make every single person happy, that could never think of going outside the rules or things, and then others that just want to explore the fence and pound on the fence as much as they can. And they came from the same gene pool, and they came from the same home. And as a parent, you need to understand that and adjust and know that it's not personal. And that's the first place to go. And then being able to explore what emotion do I need to travel through and go backwards to figure out the perception, the belief, the thought bubbles, to have deeper conversations with that child instead of just their behaviors, going a little deeper to help really influence the perceptions. What are they seeing? What are they pursuing? What's going on really at the deeper level? And that just takes time, and it takes that one-on-one personal time with that particular child, and not going to shame. It's not because you're a bad person as a parent. It just means you got to really get your A game on as a parent, and this is where you're getting pulled into a place of bringing your fruit of the Spirit into parenting, and it's challenging. It's tough.
Yeah.
Dr. Dan Huerta has been with us, oversees Focus on the Families, initiatives to equip moms and dads with biblical principles for raising kids. The teen years. Talk about where people can find it.
Yeah, focusonparenting.com. Focusonparenting.com. That's the easiest place to go, and you'll see other articles and videos and a link there where you can download and learn more about Launch into the Teen Years.
Very good. Danny, thanks so much. We really admire your work, Focus on the Family. On these difficult times, we need it more than ever to have Christ first and foremost in our family. Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you, guys. We want to see families thrive.
Have you written a book and want to get it published? Christian Faith Publishing helps thousands of authors just like you publish their books with a company dedicated to strong Christian values. And to help you get started, we want to send you our free writer's guide, packed with tips, tricks, and templates for authors. Christian Faith Publishing reviews every book submitted to us. And if your book is approved, we'll edit, design, print, promote, and distribute your book online and in stores everywhere. Imagine seeing your book in specialty Christian bookstores, Amazon, iTunes, Barnes & Noble, and many others. It all starts with a completed manuscript and one call to Christian Faith Publishing at 800-566-1012. If you have a novel, children's book, poetry, biography, or any inspirational work you've written, we can help you get it published today. Shouldn't you work with a publisher who shares your Christian values of integrity and honesty? You can get your book published. Get your free writer's guide today. Call 800-566-1012. That's 800-566-1012. 800-566-1012.
Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you got to use it, it's not very absorbent? It's basically a towel that's leaving you out to dry. That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. I know, it's mind-blowing. Towels that actually dry you. Their 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, 2 washcloths. They come in a variety of colors, and right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $49.99 with promo code WORD. Or go to MyPillow.com right now and click on the radio listener special. MyPillow products come with a 10-year warranty and have their 60-day money-back guarantee. To receive this amazing offer on the 6-piece set off MyPillow towels, just go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, enter promo code WORD, or call 800-391-0954. That's 800-391-0954. Or visit MyPillow.com, promo code WORD.
The new year gives us the opportunity to make resolutions. You may have goals focusing on your physical, mental, or financial health, but have you considered your legal health? This is Jay Hagerman of Abernathy & Hagerman. You may have been putting off updating your estate plan or creating one altogether. We provide free consultations in order for you to finally check the box off your resolution list. Whether you want to discuss the difference between a will or a trust or the functions of a power of attorney, we'd love to talk to you. To schedule a free consultation today, visit a-h.law.
Discover the magnificence of the Mediterranean with Alistair Begg and our trusted partner, Inspiration Cruises and Tours. 9 life-changing days of powerful worship, Bible study, and history. Sign up now, deeperfaithcruise.com.
Ask Alexa to play the word Pittsburgh to hear us there. We're on your Google speaker too, plus iHeart, TuneIn, and on Odyssey. 101.5 WORD FM, Pittsburgh.
It'll be breezy this evening. Otherwise, we'll see low clouds and a couple of snow showers tonight. Tonight's low 29. Mostly cloudy tomorrow. Tomorrow's high 34. Mostly cloudy skies tomorrow night with a low of 25. Rain and snow Sunday beginning in the late morning with little to no accumulation. Slippery conditions could lead to travel disruptions. We'll reach a high Sunday of 36. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm Drew Shannon.
It's time now for This or That. It's our weekly delve into the ridiculousness. I've got a question, or I got something here.
You got something.
I got something there.
I got something.
I got this something or that something, basically.
Yeah.
This one or that one. Okay, you ready to roll?
I think so, John.
Okay, here's a something for you. A Saturday afternoon under the comforter.
Yeah.
A Saturday afternoon in the kitchen.
I mean, since it's Saturday, I'll say in the kitchen.
All right. Snow. No snow.
Well, no snow. Except if it looks... Okay, no, I'm just going to say no snow. I wish it was snowing outside because it would look...
No snow.
Snow.
George Santos lies. Kevin McCarthy's spine.
I think George Santos' lies are so exuberant, really, and voluminous.
Holy smoke.
That I think I choose those.
All right. Cornbread. Pita bread.
Cornbread.
Fritos. Cheetos.
Fritos or Cheetos? Cheetos. I haven't had a Frito in probably a decade.
What?
Maybe more than a decade.
A bowl of chili, a bowl of chicken noodle soup.
Both delicious options, I want you to know. I think I'm going to choose chili. It's delicious. It's so very, very, I'll choose chili.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Yes.
Seals and Croft.
They're very similar.
That's why it's this or that. Summer breeze.
Makes me feel fine. I think I'll go Seals and Crofts.
There you are. A double bacon cheeseburger. Fish tacos.
Oh, so good. I love them both. You know, you're shocked that I'm having such a hard time.
No, I'm not.
I will choose fish taco.
Oh, I knew you would.
But I do love a bacon cheeseburger a lot.
Home fries. Hash browns.
Hash browns.
Split pea and ham soup.
Yes.
Liver and onions.
Oh, split pea and ham. I love split pea and ham.
30-something. 50-something.
30s were pretty bad for me. I'm going to say 50-something.
Gucci. Tiffany's.
I couldn't care about either one of them. Okay, you're getting mad. Gucci.
Red, white, and blue. Goodwill.
That's so funny. I choose Goodwill, John.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
That's my this or that.
Okay.
Something there, some stuff to the other stuff.
John, the weather's been wretched. I don't know if you've noticed.
I have, yes.
I mean, it's not the cold or the snow, but it's the grayest of the gray.
Look at that. Look at outside.
It's the worst. It's so terrible. Anyway, because of all that, I give you the We Haven't Seen the Sun in About a Month edition of This or That.
You got that.
Are you with me?
Please.
The We Haven't Seen the Sun in a Month
100%.
edition
Yeah, really.
of This or That. Number 1. Bone density loss or seasonal affective disorder?
I may be suffering from both, apparently.
It's this or that, John.
Yeah, but I don't need a CAT scan to tell me about the seasonal affect disorder. That's all. I'm going there.
That's your choice?
Yes, it is.
Number 2, road trip along the Portugal beaches or a new light therapy box?
Oh, I'm going to Portugal. Give me that walk on the beach. Which one? That seems like a million years ago.
Of course. Number 3, Purple Rain or Rain Man?
Purple Rain, please. We all need some Prince on a Friday afternoon.
Number 4, Phantom of the Opera or Sweeney Todd?
Oh, Sweeney Todd. Yeah. Demon Barber.
Number 5, Blade Runner or Planet of the Apes?
Blade Runner.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I really thought that you would go
Really? No.
Planet of the Apes. Okay. That's why you asked the question, though, because you don't know the answer. Number 6. This is such a pick-me-up edition here. This is the We Haven't Seen the Sun in About a Month edition. Number 6, In Cold Blood or Glengarry Glen Ross?
Good gravy. I mean, what the heck is this?
It's dark and gray.
The antidepressant version of this or that.
No, it's the depressant version.
I mean, I can't believe I'm picking In Cold Blood. It's horrible.
Isn't that horrible?
It's disgusting.
Number 7, Slaughterhouse 5.
Oh, my
Or The Road.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, I love Cormac McCarthy, but Slaughterhouse 5 is very interesting. Yeah, I'm going there.
Okay, Vonnegut.
Yeah.
Number 8. The Handmaid's Tale or The Walking Dead?
Oh, horrible. How about neither? I just...
It's this or that, John.
Okay, The Walking Dead.
Number 9.
Yeah.
Losing Garrett Cole or losing Tyler Glasnow?
It's losing Garrett Cole.
Okay, number 10. Are you ready?
Yeah.
When Sid Crosby got the concussion at the Winter Classic in 2011?
Yeah.
Or when Sid Bream slid across home plate
Sid
in
Bream.
1992?
That is such the most depressing this or that in the history of this. Years have gone by. It's horrible. Just absolutely sad. Bring back the sun.
101.5 WORD.
You're listening now, so we know you're a fan of the radio station.
I am a big fan.
And we want you to know that we appreciate you.
I am your number 1 fan.
That's why we've developed the Word FM Fan Club. It's free to join, and once you do, you can take part in exclusive surveys and contests.
Yeah, I love contests.
Special offers.
Great giveaways.
Discounts, freebies.
I'd like to win one of these contests.
Become a member today. Go to wordfm.com/fan club and sign up.
We're big fans.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 844-41-BIBLE. That's 844-41-BIBLE. 844-41-BIBLE.
Turkey and stuffing, real mashed potatoes, sliced top round, Aunt Emma's broccoli casserole, chicken and gravy over buttermilk biscuits. Am I making you hungry yet? Hi, it's me, Marcia from the Spring House. Do you have a special event coming up in your life? A shower, a wedding, graduation party, company party, anniversary event, or any occasion where you'd love to serve all-natural, farm-fresh foods? Then it's time to give the Spring House Catering Department a call at 724-228-3339. From your first conversation with Dawn, who will help you create a menu that's unique to you, to the beautiful, bounteous setup and display that my sister Jill and her crew create, you will be delighted. After every catering event, Jill tells our cooks, "I wish I could take you with me so you could hear all the wonderful comments guests give us." Give us a call at 724-228-3339 or check out our extensive menu at springhousemarket.com for farm fresh catering from the Springhouse.
Rhema Christian School is a private school in Moon Township serving children in preschool through 8th grade. Recognized for its commitment to a biblically integrated curriculum that nurtures a Christian worldview and academic excellence, Rhema aims to develop the whole child, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially. Rhema is a true community of families who desire to raise up the next generation of godly leaders, also offering programs for homeschool families. Accepting enrollment now for the current school year and opening soon for the 2023-24 school year. Visit rhemachristianschool.org.
The parking lot outside of 7 Parkway Center is incredibly deserted on a Friday afternoon. I mean, incredibly deserted. Now, the other days of the week, there's more there, but nothing like prior to COVID.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing like that.
It used to be so packed, you'd have to use the auxiliary parking lot down the street here.
That's true. However, people like Elon Musk are making a big deal about employees need to be back at work
in the office.
And I get that. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with working at home, but it's a different working pattern. And I don't know. I feel like the intensity's better when you're working with people in the same room.
Undoubtedly, especially creatively, right?
Yeah. What we do, it's too hard. Yeah. It's horrible to do it when you're in two different places. Anyway. So I was thinking about the move to, coming back to work, about now that it's been, a year and a half since, quote, the end of COVID. And I'm saying that hopeful air quotes, that people are kind of getting more in the habit of it, and they're getting more and more annoying to each other as a result. Because there's bad and good, you know that. So there's a lot of creativity, a lot of creativity that happens when you're back in the office. Also, a lot of the old annoying patterns are back.
That guy.
A website called HR Morning has just published something this week along the same lines about the 8 worst complaints that employees have made about their coworkers since coming back to the office.
This is going to be dark.
Are you ready?
This is kind of like this or that.
Mm-hmm. It's not going to be nearly as dark. It's not going to be Handmaid's Tale versus The Walking Dead.
Right, please. Okay, so what? So 8 complaints about being back in the office.
Number 8.
I bet you I can knock some of these. Yeah,
Number 8.
Yeah.
TMI and TLS.
TLS? What's TLS?
Mm-hmm. Too little space. So people have been working at home, which, believe me, that's no party. I didn't have a whole lot of space when I was working at home. But people are saying there's too little space. People are too close to me. The cubicle right next to me is really right next to me.
Right.
And I think I've had it with,
that guy.
Or the close talker.
Mm-hmm.
The close talker on Zoom doesn't really mean anything. The close talker in person can kind of... Or TMI, right? So people are irritated by hearing more than they bargained for. I really didn't want to know that.
Mm-hmm. I'd go with that. Yeah, I understand that totally, right? When you're at home, you don't have to hear anything.
Number 7.
Okay.
Rudeness. While almost all annoying behaviors appear to be rude, actual rudeness is annoying itself, right? It's a large portion of what employees complain to their supervisors about. John's rude.
What?
You've never been rude, but people would say,
Right,
so-and-so's rude.
that guy.
Yes.
Yeah, I get that.
That comes in at number 7. Number 6, the smell.
People?
Maybe a colleague wears too much perfume. You know that? Have you ever worked with somebody who was like super overdosed in perfume?
Yeah.
A female? Yeah.
Yeah.
And how was that?
I just, short burst, and then the rest of the time, you do what you got to do. Keep your distance. I mean, it's not. If you're sitting next to someone, I've never had to suffer through that, but I can understand that would be really annoying.
It would be hard if you had this job where you're in an airtight room.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Wouldn't that be horrible? Can you
if
imagine?
I was wearing lots of cologne.
Wouldn't that be horrible?
I'm bringing some.
We've had people come into the studio with a lot of cologne, and it's like John and I wilt. It happens regularly.
Well,
I mean, it doesn't happen regularly that people come in with too much cologne, but whenever people do come into the studio,
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Number 5, gossip.
There's always gossip.
That's never good, right? And
Devil's radio.
And people have a lot to catch up on because they haven't been in the office. So now they're like tweeting,
chatting away,
chatting, and all sorts of things.
Right.
Number 4, the movement. Some people fidget, some pace, some tap, some walk slowly, some walk super fast. And apparently that comes in at number 4, things that annoy people.
This sounds like a lot of people are like stuck in cubicles or the, trendy open space place.
Yep.
Which we have none of that.
Have you ever worked in that environment? No. You've never worked in a cube?
Never had a cube.
Or in
No, never had a cube.
Oh my gosh.
Always had an office.
Oh.
Grateful for that.
Wow, you are so lucky.
I know. Close the door.
Oh, the cube is a type of human behavior that is shocking.
I see that.
And the movement makes. Of
course it does.
If someone sits there and is one of those like has a frenetic knee or something like that, and they're attached to your cube, then your cube will go back and forth.
No thanks. Cubicle.
Number 3, the noise. Change jingling, burping, beyond perhaps, and one specific thing that is cited is nail clipping.
That'd be horrible. The guy next to you clipping his nails. Good gravy.
That's a thing that I just feel like should never happen.
No, you shouldn't.
Can we all just decide that no one should ever do that?
Your personal hygiene should be on your personal time.
Now, I remember one time when I was working in a cube environment, someone came over and told me that they were like losing their minds because I was using a nail file in my cube. I was not clipping my nails, but I was filing my nails. And she came over and was just
in your face,
lit up about it.
I love it.
Unbelievable. Number 2, attire.
What?
Attire. What people are wearing. Some people apparently are coming into the office wearing slippers, or maybe they are wearing yoga pants, or maybe last decade's concert shirt.
I mean, there's a lot of wiggle room here. I'm just happy people are back.
I don't care that much.
I don't either. Not at all.
It's not that big of a deal to me.
Not in the least. Nope.
I feel like we should be grateful enough that we're back.
I think
that
so
maybe
too.
we don't need to.
I mean, if you're at the White House, that's a different story, but if you're here, you're in a radio station.
Okay, see, that's what I think too.
Yep.
All right, number 1. What do you think the number 1 complaint is?
I don't know.
We've complained about it.
Have we?
And people have complained about you.
What?
Well, I'm not sure about
Number
that.
one.
Now that I've said this, maybe they haven't complained about you in this regard.
Now I'm getting all anxious. Tell me.
The fridge.
Oh, the fridge. Oh, yeah.
Have people complained about you in the fridge or just the sink?
Maybe both. The fridge or the sink. I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
the fridge is the number one thing that people coming back to the office are complaining about.
Okay. Get your stuff, label your stuff, don't eat someone's stuff.
And it's kind of, talk about smells. It can get stinky in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, if you put something in there, remember you put it in there.
Right. The sink, wash your stuff, and then get it out of there. Yeah, I've run afoul of that. I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone. My tuna fish.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-965-1433. 800-965-1433. 800-965-1433.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you got to use it, it's not very absorbent? It's basically a towel that's leaving you out to dry. That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. I know, it's mind-blowing. Towels that actually dry you. Their 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, 2 washcloths. They come in a variety of colors, and right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $49.99 with promo code WORD. Or go to MyPillow.com right now and click on the radio listener special. MyPillow products come with a 10-year warranty and have their 60-day money-back guarantee. To receive this amazing offer on the 6-piece set off MyPillow towels, just go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, enter promo code WORD, or call 800-391-0954. That's 800-391-0954. Or visit MyPillow.com, promo code WORD.
What if, instead of focusing on how students can serve the market, educators focused on how schools can serve students? Trinity Christian School in Forest Hills invites you to discover what a classical Christian education can offer your child. Saturday, February 4th from 10 to 11:30. Meet the teachers, tour the school, enjoy brunch, and get all your questions answered about the holistic approach to education that works with the grain of your child's God-given curiosity. For more information, visit trinitychristian.net.
Marketing your business is hard. It's so competitive, and getting new customers is as hard as keeping your existing ones. We know it because we're a local business too. So when it comes to marketing your business and getting new customers, we know how to do it. Our digital marketing firm Salem Surround is built to create customized solutions to your business, not your competitors, just you. Reach out to us at salemsurround.com and we'll work with you to create those solutions that will increase your business and bring you new customers. salemsurround.com.
Saw something on Twitter the other day, and I think this is true probably for most families. Someone says, do other families have bad mugs that no one wants to use, but for some reason they just live eternally in the cupboard and take up too much space, yet there they remain, never being chosen?
The mugs.
I bet you I've got 8 mugs that are like that.
That no one ever uses?
Pretty much. I mean, you know, maybe when company comes over, some mugs roll out. But I've got my favorite mug.
You use the same mug every day?
Every day.
Really?
Actually, I've got a coffee mug and a tea mug.
Okay.
My wife tends to use the same couple of mugs every day.
Mm-hmm.
Our kids,
I have 2 mugs I use every day.
Yeah. The rest of them are just kind of chaff. They kind of sit there like, But at the same time, I would feel bad getting rid of them.
Oh. You don't feel like they're indicting you enough just by non-use?
Well, here's the problem. They're like these Starbucks mugs that are like when you go to a state or something. So we've got like Iowa. I got a mug from Iowa. Okay. I've got a South Dakota mug.
Well, why don't you use Iowa and South Dakota?
It's too small. It's maybe like 8 ounces.
Okay.
But my mug is like,
Is it Hardy?
It's a healthy mug.
Is it like a kind that is insulated?
No.
The one you use? No.
But I use this mug, the Yeti as well, the Yeti thing.
Right.
But no, just a big, you know that mug that I've got here.
Sure, the one from Starbucks in China?
I've got several of those. My favorite mugs.
When we did our home renovations, I went through every mug in the house.
Whoa.
I got rid of more than half. It was one more. However many I had, I got rid of 50% plus one.
Whew.
I did. Because it was silly.
How many total mugs do you think you have in your house?
Right now?
Yeah. 15?
I was going to say 15. I bet I have 15. But that's the maximum. I don't have any room for any more.
Because when company comes over,
I can't buy any more.
Right. No.
I can never have any more.
Mugs.
Don't buy me a mug.
There are probably how many mugs worldwide?
Oh, a cajillion.
Billions.
That's the actual number.
Of mugs.
It's a cajillion.
Right. And 90% of them are just bad mugs.
It's time to get rid of the mugs.
We are everywhere. On your radio at 101.5 WORD FM Pittsburgh, at wordfm.com, the Word FM mobile app, iHeart, TuneIn, and Odyssey.
Some healthcare.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. The March for Life event today in the nation's capital. Republican Congressman Steve Scalise of Louisiana says now that the Born Alive Act has been sent to the Senate, pro-life Americans need to get in touch with their Democratic senators.
If you have 2 senators, call them right now. I don't know which side they're on of this debate, but the bill's over there. They haven't brought it up yet. Chuck Schumer doesn't want to bring it up, but if he hears from all of you, they'll have to bring that bill up.
Congressman Steve Scalise. Sales of previously occupied U.S. homes slumped nearly 18% in 2022, the slowest year for the housing market in nearly a decade. Google laying off 12,000 workers, becoming the latest tech company to trim staff as the economic boom that the industry rode during the pandemic fades away. The Dow had 185 points and the NASDAQ up 227. This is SRN News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare, and in the process started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-626-5252. That's 800-626-5252. 800-626-5252.
If you are 65 or older, you know this. Watching your hard-earned dollars fly out the window on healthcare costs is so frustrating, but here's some great news. If you missed the December 7th deadline for open enrollment, it's not too late. Here's something that can really help. It's MediShare 65 Plus. MediShare is a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills. It's people who encourage and pray for each other, too. MediShare 65 Plus is a low-cost option for those with Medicare Parts A and B, and it fills in the gaps where Medicare stops. It's a great way to fight inflation, too. You can lock in one low monthly price for up to 10 years. Plus, it's easy. You can use any Medicare-approved doctor or get 24/7 telehealth access from the comfort of your home. So worth looking into. MediShare 65 Plus is open for enrollment, and if you join right now, before January 31st, your second month will be free. So don't miss this chance. Call 833-SHARE-55. That's 833-SHARE-55. 833-SHARE-55.
During the pandemic, they closed our churches down.
Suicide rates are exploding. Drug and alcohol use is ravaging America, and there's no church to bring the hope.
See the new documentary, Super Spreader, how a stand against religious tyranny brought hope to a country in crisis.
Christian singer and activist Sean Foyt leading what's called Let Us Worship.
Here's a move of God that's going to change America.
Watch Super Spreader, available now at salemnow.com. salemnow.com.
Rhema Christian School is a private school in Moon Township serving children in preschool through 8th grade, recognized for its commitment to a biblically integrated curriculum that nurtures a Christian worldview and academic excellence. Rhema aims to develop the whole child, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially. Rhema is a true community of families who desire to raise up the next generation of godly leaders, also offering programs for homeschool families, accepting enrollment now for the current school year and opening soon for the 2023-24 school year. Visit rhemachristianschool.org.
It'll be breezy this evening. Otherwise, we'll see low clouds and a couple of snow showers tonight. Tonight's low 29. Mostly cloudy tomorrow. Tomorrow's high 34. Mostly cloudy skies tomorrow night with a low of 25. Rain and snow Sunday beginning in the late morning with little to no accumulation. Slippery conditions could lead to travel disruptions. We'll reach a high Sunday of 36. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm Drew Shannon.
Portions of the following program have been pre-recorded. Welcome to another edition of The Ride Home with John and Kathy, live from the Salem-Pittsburgh studios. And now here are your hosts, John Hall and Kathy Emmons.
Well, good afternoon. Greetings to you. Thanks for coming along. Another beautiful day here in the city of Pittsburgh as the gray sets.
It's gorgeous.
You can't even say the sun sets, can you?
Telling you, it is
the grayest setting.
It is the most neutral backdrop I believe I have ever seen over an extended period of time in our
It's been going on for a long time.
God.
Okay, I drive by these piers every day and think about them every day. They're in many ways beautiful.
The ones on the North Shore.
Yeah, the ones here on the by Monongahela.
By the Fort Pitt Bridge.
Exactly. Come out of the Fort Pitt tunnels into town, head towards Monroeville.
And they're on your right.
Right there. There's one on either side of the river. Now, I remember years ago during the Arts Festival, they were part of this sort of like art installation. Remember that?
No, I don't.
And if you look up there, there's still remnants of it. Someone went up there and there's these gorgeous flags.
I do remember that.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I didn't know that was the Arts Festival.
Yeah, probably 3 decades ago.
Okay.
I always thought, and I'm reading it from today's Trib, most people thought as well, that these hulking stone towers were part of the city, that the city somehow owned them, but they're not. They were owned for many years by a private individual who has since passed, and now those piers, they're called the Wabash Piers because it was the Wabash Bridge.
It was going to take you to the Wabash Tunnel.
Right, which they eventually at one point did, right?
The tunnel's still there.
Turn of the century, like 1904, those things were built. Anyway, the person who owned those, he bought them.
Wait, how does a person buy? Like, that's on public land, right?
No, it's probably the railroad. The railroad probably sold. The Wabash Railroad probably sold those.
And some dude just bought the 2 bridge piers.
Yep. Way back in the 1970s. Let me see. They were bought in 1979 by a man named Gordon Crane, who was a business owner from Cranberry. He bought them at a bankruptcy auction for $18,000. Now, Gordon Crane died in 2020. The piers are being sold from his estate. They went on the market in 2021. They're expected at the auction to fetch mid-6 figures.
Mid-6 figure? What? I don't know. Can you move? Like, imagine
no, you can't move them.
Well, then what?
What
do you do with them?
Build a house up there. Wouldn't that be cool to have like a house?
Yeah, but how would you get to it? You mean on the Mount Washington side?
Either one. Listen,
you wouldn't want to live right by the Fort Pitt Bridge.
Kind of cool. It would be very cool. Imagine if you had the money to buy those and the architectural, the engineering. I mean, this goes way back. I think I'm reading this article from the Trib. Way back in the 1940s, someone, a local councilman, James Fulton, he was a congressman from Mount Lebanon, he said, we should turn this into a marina. Look, there's already an artist sketch. This is from the 1940s.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
You hit the button to go to break.
Oh, did I?
Yeah,
did I do
inadvertently.
Did I do that accidentally? Are we going to break? Oh, we are going to break.
I guess we are.
No, wait, is it?
We'll be right back.
101.5 WORD.
Coming up next time on Adventures in Odyssey. Harlow Doyle is on the prowl again when Connie discovers that no one wants to come to her Bible study. Harlow wants to find out why. It's a wacky case of misunderstanding that only wit can solve, hopefully before somebody's feelings get hurt. Learn about the need for faithfulness on the next Adventure in Odyssey.
Tonight at 8 on 101.5 Word FM, WORD.
All right, so what do you get when it's your 10th anniversary or your 20th anniversary?
10th anniversary might be tin or something.
Tin?
I don't know. It's a guess.
Wood, maybe?
Maybe.
What about your 30th anniversary? You're coming up on 30. Have you done 30?
No.
You're close.
No, yeah. And we already did 30, and we decided that it was the toaster.
Oh, the toaster anniversary. Very good. Well, Marsh is with us from the Springhouse. Marsh, happy anniversary coming up very soon. 47 years for the Springhouse.
Yes, can you believe it?
Holy smokes.
That's incredible, Marcia.
I was just a young pup when we started.
Wow. Wow. So tell us, I mean, I'm sure you guys are internally celebrating, but are you like doing something, opening, the celebration to the public?
Yes, we're going to call it Let's Go Bananas Anniversary. And we're going to do banana milk, and we're going to do free dessert. Oh, anyway, it's next weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's an important thing to say.
Fabulous.
On Friday, we're going to do a free homemade dessert all day long with every meal. On Saturday, we're going to have an extra scrumptious breakfast from 9 to 11, and then we're going to do free homemade soup all day long. We'll have like 4 or 5 kinds to choose from. And then we're also going to do buy one, get one free on chicken and gravy over biscuits. And on Sunday, we're going to do an all-you-can-eat ham and turkey dinner for $15.47. Notice the 47 for 47
Got it.
Nice.
And it includes dessert and everything. And then we're going to do all these fun specials involving 47, like a 47-cent ice cream cone, 47-cent loaves of bread, 47 cents off every gallon of white milk, and every 12th gallon going through the store that day will be free also. So we're going to have a lot of fun with it.
Fabulous. Next weekend, 47th anniversary of the Springhouse. But this weekend, hey, head on down to the Springhouse. There's always something good on the stove. Thanks, Marsh.
Thanks, guys.
Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you got to use it, it's not very absorbent? It's basically a towel that's leaving you out to dry. That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. I know, it's mind-blowing. Towels that actually dry you. Their 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, 2 washcloths. They come in a variety of colors, and right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $49.99 with promo code WORD. Or go to MyPillow.com right now and click on the radio listener special. MyPillow products come with a 10-year warranty and have their 60-day money-back guarantee. To receive this amazing offer on the 6-piece set off MyPillow towels, just go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, enter promo code WORD, or call 800-391-0954. That's 800-391-0954. Or visit MyPillow.com, promo code WORD.
What if, instead of focusing on how students can serve the market, educators focused on how schools can serve students? Trinity Christian School in Forest Hills invites you to discover what a classical Christian education can offer your child. Saturday, February 4th from 10 to 11:30. Meet the teachers, tour the school, enjoy brunch, and get all your questions answered about the holistic approach to education that works with the grain of your child's God-given curiosity. For more information, visit trinitychristian.net.
Sarah Eekhoff Zylstra is with us, senior writer and faith and work editor for the Gospel Coalition. Sarah's the co-author of Gospelbound, Living with Resolute Hope in an Anxious Age. Sarah, we're always glad to talk to you. Welcome back.
Thanks so much for having me.
Hey, Sarah, it's always our pleasure. So today, the March for Life was held in Washington, D.C., right?
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, this is the first time the march has been held since Roe v. Wade was pulled back. Any thoughts? Have you watched any news reports about what the crowd was like and what was going on?
I just looked at some pictures. So I am the least an informed source out there, but it does look like there's a lot of people there.
That's it.
And it does look, and it seems from what I'm looking at that the atmosphere is really positive and happy.
Fabulous.
So, yeah, I'm glad about that.
So it's been 6 months, Sarah, since the Dobbs decision, and I don't know how you felt. What state do you live in?
I live in Illinois.
Okay, you live in Illinois. Well, we're in Pennsylvania, and so we had a very high-profile Senate race and a gubernatorial race as well. And the abortion messaging was the pro-abortion messaging extremely strong. The anti-abortion messaging could not have been weaker. So I'm not sure if it was like that across the country. From what I've read, I think that that's probably the case. So does that mean something for how things are for the pro-life movement at this point?
Well, I thought it did, because you are right. Democrats spent $360 million on abortion-related ads in the fall, and Republicans spent $37 million, which is a tenth. And I think the thing was they just didn't really know what to say. Like, you could position yourself against Roe, and then all of a sudden Roe's not there. It's like you were pushing a door and somebody opened it and you stumbled
right,
a little
exactly.
bit, right?
But,
Yeah.
to me, that's so sad, because it just shows that we don't really know what we believe. Like if you're caught that off guard, it just seems like maybe you weren't really educated from the start on it.
I will agree. It was disappointing, but I would also say that that's not how the movement as a whole, when I'm taking the temperature of the movement as a whole, that's on the whole, they're feeling really encouraged. Okay. Much more so than the polls would tell you.
Right. Okay, so people would say, though, Sarah, that you may have won the war, but the cultural war, you've lost that. And you look at the supposed red wave and the poor results in the midterms. That may be true, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I think there's been pushback. I mean, clearly there's pushback in the Biden administration. I think there's pushback among Gen Z, like the younger voters. What's interesting about Gen Z is that they're not saying, oh, this is a blob of tissue. The latest argument that I read was, well, why shouldn't the pregnant woman define whether that's a life or not? It's her choice whether she's carrying a life or whether she's not, and whether she should abort that or not, which is super interesting. Yeah, isn't that crazy? I mean, that's a new one to me. But I think in general, Dobbs was a huge win. I think in general, thousands of lives will be saved, because you can, advertise for people to. I'm in Illinois, and we're saying, hey, come on over here and have abortions. That's what our state is saying. But I think distance is a true deterrent, and I think there's maybe 700 to 800 abortion clinics in the United States, and there's close to 3,000 pregnancy centers. So there's just numbers like that underneath the surface that give you a lot of hope.
Yeah. Sarah, for people who are listening to the program, I always am eager to say that I'm not interested, and I don't know you very well, Sarah, but I think I can speak for you here, that we're not interested in making women suffer. We're not interested in making women live be in poverty or being forced to do something that they don't want to do. No one wants that. At the same time, there has to be a moment where we realize, and it happens in each one of our lives in all sorts of different ways, that what we want has to be subservient to what's the right thing to do. And in this instance, that's why I am pro-life. I feel like we have to, regardless of our circumstance, we have to put ourselves on the side of the most vulnerable, which is the child. But Sarah, as you talk to people around the country about this, people who have been working in the pro-life movement for a while, talk about why they're feeling encouraged and what it is that they're seeing that's causing them to really keep on going.
Oh, that's awesome. Great question. I would say, first of all, one of the big arguments of the pro-choice side is that, hey, this woman is now going to have to live in poverty and be on food stamps to raise her child. But that's not what the evidence shows. The statistics for abortion do not show that they provide any kind of assist to a woman. She doesn't get better education. She doesn't make more money. There's the evidence there is quite weak. I would say that on the side of positivity here. We've got 6 months after Dobbs. State and federal legislation, there wasn't a red wave in November, but neither was there a blue wave. And so we've got a balanced Congress, which means maybe nothing will go forward, but it also means that we can keep our voice in the abortion debate and be able to speak about things on a federal level. Some things that have already passed a resolution opposing the attacks on pregnancy centers that have happened over the last couple of months, and a resolution, I think the one about the Born Alive Act. Like if your child, you attempted an abortion and the child was born alive, you have to protect that life.
Oh, very good.
So those aren't things that are going to become law. We know they're not going to make it past, the president, and yet they're still helping to shape the conversation. I would say also the abortion clinic protest. I talked to 40 Days for Life, who is a big mover in this area, and they are seeing record numbers of people come out. They've seen 12 clinic closures in the last 6 months. They usually see around 8 a year. And so those numbers are picking up. And so there's just an energy in the pro-life movement that feels like, hey, this thing's rolling. Let's keep it going.
That's interesting. What's fascinating to me is, of course, the way that language has evolved in the past 50 years around the pro-life debate. Recently, I was reading something, and instead of calling people pro-lifers, the opposition is saying that those people are forced birthers.
Oh, God.
I mean, that's a really weird phrase, but I mean, they sort of cast a spell of evil, and we're doing something evil by forcing people to give birth.
Yeah, in fact, Jane's Revenge wrote on one of the pregnancy clinics, and when they were doing the graffiti, forced birth is murder, which is just about the most opposite backward sentence you could ever write. Yeah. You're right. There's something really interesting. There's also been a little bit, if you can keep your eyes out for it, a little bit of an attempt to Christianize. When Gavin Newsom, who's the governor of California, he took out billboards in 6 red states as he was running for his own reelection, inviting women to come to California to have their abortions. And on there, he put "love your neighbor as yourself." Like he's using Bible verses, literally quoting from the Bible, with the chapter and verse on there. So there's this kind of weird Christianizing of abortion, almost like this weird backwards, if you press on that too hard, of course it's going to fall right apart, because your neighbor, you mean the baby inside you, that logically their argument falls apart right away, but it is an interesting trend.
It's a hard time, Sarah. I feel like just taking into account the culture that we're living in, the kind of entertainment that we see. I mean, when do you ever see a pro-life message in a movie or a TV show? It's not that it never happens, but when it does, I get very excited. It is. It's rare. It's rare.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that the culture needs to bend over to, do whatever Christians want. I just wish that both sides of issues could be represented well. And of course, America seems to be, we're all pretty bad at that right now. But Sarah, from your point of view, and with your, the national reach that you guys at Christianity Today have, talk about how you feel like the church is doing in just communicating with culture in general. I know that's a really wide, huge question. But, just seeing reports about, more abuse stories. I've been watching a TV show that just premiered on Amazon about the crisis in the Catholic Church's treatment of Native peoples in Canada. It just seems like a lot of stories like that. I'm just wondering what you sense.
Oh, I think you're right. I think it's almost, and I hate to say PR crisis, because it's not like the church needs PR. And it's not like there hasn't been sin in the church since forever, because there's just people in the church. But I think you're right that there is a turning of the culture against the church in a different way. And so, it's like, the same number of people get bit by a shark every year, but sometimes it's a little bit of a slow news year. And so you hear about every time somebody gets bit by a shark, and it seems really big. And I think that can happen with the church too. Like, as the culture is young reporters looking for those stories and telling those stories. We know that Gen Z is even just look at Prince Harry, right? Like, burn down the institutions, kind of like that baby boomer vibe of we're standing against the man. speak truth to power. Right. And those aren't bad things, but it also really lends itself, then they really feed off of stories of tearing down institutions. And the church is a really old institution that is, seems like it's easy to pick at.
Yeah, very much so. So the big thing now, of course, probably, pro and anti-abortion providers would say this, well, abortions have dropped. And I'm sure that that's true because now you can do abortion by mail or abortion at your local CVS or Rite Aid or whatnot. I mean, abortion pills are ubiquitous now. You would think that young women would have birth control pills and abortion pills in the same pouch in their purse, yeah?
Yeah. You're not wrong. Definitely more than 50% of abortions now are done by abortions by mail. But I will tell you this, the reason that the abortion rate is dropping is because the sex rate is dropping. Young people, there's just less sexual activity happening among young people than there was in the past.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
John was so surprised by that. Do you want to talk about that? About the
No,
I mean, I
don't have to go there.
To be honest with you, I don't want you to talk specifically about it.
No, there's an easy explanation for it, and it's called your phone.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a phone, and so if you have pornography on your phone, or if you are feeling socially awkward because you do a lot of your interactions digitally, or if you are more comfortable staying home, we also know that young people, they don't drive as much as they used to. They don't go out with their friends as much as they used to. Just their levels of social interaction in general are down a lot from before they had phones. Their level of in-person interaction with their peers, they date less. And so that's
it's a cataclysmic change.
Really?
It's terrible. Yep.
Your phone is your lover.
Yeah, basically. It's easier to date your phone,
Yeah, there's less risk.
Yeah.
Less risk.
Cheaper.
Yeah, you can cheaper. Absolutely. Your phone won't break up with you. Of course, your phone doesn't really love you back, and there's it's incredibly unsatisfying and addicting, and
right.
Yeah.
That's why we have AI.
Right,
Yeah.
right, because AI is going to fix it.
Right.
Sarah, if you could look into that for your next article, we'd really appreciate that. That's Sarah Eekhoff Zylstra. She's senior writer and faith and work editor for the Gospel Coalition, not CT, like I said.
The Gospel Coalition.
I'm really sorry, Sarah.
No
I
worries.
was thinking one thing and said another. Also, check out Sarah's book. It is called Gospelbound, Living with Resolute Hope in an Anxious Age. She's also editor of Social Sanity in an Insta World, which, John, you and I could use a lot of.
Sarah, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time.
It's good to be here. Thank you so much. We'll see ya.
Our great pleasure. Truly it is. Yeah, check out. We saw this on the Gospel Coalition website where Sarah wrote this article. She's first rate, as you can hear. We'll take a quick break and back. We got more ahead. It's the Friday edition of The Ride Home, Pittsburgh's Christian Talk on Word FM.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name's Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Call 800-900-8000.
Have you or your children ever faced hunger at a level where your life or theirs were at risk? Or have you ever been in a situation where you had little or no access to clean drinking water and no ability to get it? For most of us in the United States, we have never had to face that crisis. But for children in the countries of Malawi, Zambia, and Uganda, it's a battle they face every single day. Cross International is asking for your help to provide life-saving resources for children in these African countries and other nations where Cross International has partners and is working to solve this crisis and assist with COVID-19 efforts. A $62 one-time gift per child helps provide life-saving resources like food, water, COVID-19 assistance, Christian education, and a Bible. If you would like to give a life-saving gift for one or more children, you can get involved right now by calling 1-866-806-2977. That's 1-866-806-2977. Or look for the Cross International banner at wordfm.com. What if, instead of focusing on how students can serve the market, educators focused on how schools can serve students? Trinity Christian School in Forest Hills invites you to discover what a classical Christian education can offer your child. Saturday, February 4th from 10 to 11:30. Meet the teachers, tour the school, enjoy brunch, and get all your questions answered about the holistic approach to education that works with the grain of your child's God-given curiosity. For more information, visit trinitychristian.net.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
101.5 WORD-FM Pittsburgh. On your smart speaker by saying, play the word Pittsburgh. And on your phone via the Word FM mobile app, iHeart, TuneIn, and Odyssey.
It'll be breezy this evening. Otherwise, we'll see low clouds and a couple of snow showers tonight. Tonight's low 29. Mostly cloudy tomorrow. Tomorrow's high 34. Mostly cloudy skies tomorrow night with a low of 25. Rain and snow Sunday beginning in the late morning with little to no accumulation. Slippery conditions could lead to travel disruptions. We'll reach a high Sunday of 36. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm Drew Shannon.
Hey, we're getting on a boat. We're taking a Valentine's Day cruise. Coming up February the 10th, a night out on the Three Rivers, featuring a great dinner, fabulous views of the city. Kath and I will be there, and hope that you will be joining us as well. Tickets on sale, wordfm.com. We did this, did we do it in July?
Maybe. August, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. We did it recently.
Yeah.
And so this is maybe our third or fourth time doing it. I mentioned maybe on Monday that we only had a few seats left. And that was true, except now they've bumped us up to the bigger boat.
Big boat.
So now we have a lot of seats that are available.
Mm-hmm.
So please go to wordfm.com.
It's a lot of fun.
And sign up. We have a good time. You can, come around and talk to us, ask us whatever questions you've got. We've met a lot of really fine people over the times we've done this.
Yeah, fun people.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last time they were saying, hey, you guys need to play Christian music, right? That was one of the things.
Oh,
remember that? We were listening to like
acid jazz is what came out of it.
It was like crazy.
It was a lot happening.
What happened here, man? Who popped in here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Be nice to hear a little something. So maybe we'll work on that.
Yeah, I think we'll probably work on that.
wordfm.com. February the 10th, we're going to be doing our Valentine's Day cruise.
Yeah, should be a good time.
So once again, we are spending Valentine's together, you and I, lady.
Without our spouses.
What the heck? I mean, long suffering, those two.
No kidding.
Aren't they? I mean, what the heck? All right. Are you a fan of canned sardines and or canned tuna?
No, but I'm telling you right now that canned sardines are a big part of our family's pantry.
What?
Because my husband loves sardines.
Really? Pray tell.
They're very nutritious.
Lots of protein.
They have a lot of protein, and I'd say every other day or so he eats them.
No kidding.
Now, to me, when I think of sardines as a kid, I think of the little, remember the little tin that you would kind of turn back with the little key?
Like 19 cents a can or something like that.
And I thought that it was like a treat. But they don't smell good to me anymore.
So when I think of sardines, I think of New Year's Eve.
Oh, you'd have sardines on New Year's?
You know my family and their crazy traditions.
Of course, right.
We always had to have sardines. It was part of good luck for the new year.
Here, have a small salty fish.
Now, your husband eating sardines, does he eat them in oil or tomato sauce?
Tomato sauce.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's the deal. U.S. sales of canned seafood rose 9.7% to $2.7 billion last year.
Really?
Yep. $2.7 billion in canned seafood. Industry executives, they credited the increase to a surge in demand from young shoppers seeking novel but still affordable foods. So, to capitalize on this trend, They're going to get rid of the inexpensiveness and make people pay more. The cans now feature flavored olive oils, tomato sauces, and spices, sporty, snazzy labels, and cost as much as $20 for a can.
Oh, come on.
Yep.
I got them for $3.29 at PenMac yesterday.
Yeah, well, say goodbye to that, right? Because now they're trendy and hip. Matthew Scaletta, who's chief executive of Wild Fish Cannery, said he's seen a noticeable increase in sales of canned fish and that the Alaska-based company is struggling to meet demands. Now, I was just watching this thing last week, that the David Attenborough thing about deep sea fishing and, how we're draining our resources. Everything comes up. Like you read a story and you get anxious because you go, oh, no, now they're eating too many. Everyone's eating too many sardines.
Right.
Maybe we should stop. I guess not. Flavorings such as sumac and dill are also included in these packages. Products carry a higher price tag than typical grocery store tuna. Varieties that sell for a couple of dollars. Before, we had a lot of explaining to do when people ask, hey, why is tuna now costing $20 for a can? Yeah, I would say so, right? So these are the smaller fisheries. The bigger people like Bumblebee, they are ramping up marketing efforts now to get in on the trend of, hipster tuna and hipster sardines.
Real? Okay, so how do you feel about canned tuna?
Oh, I love canned tuna.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
Now, are you buying it in oil? Are you buying it in water?
I tend to buy it in water.
Yeah, okay.
And break it down quickly. For me, I'll make it real simple. A little mayo, maybe some celery or some onion.
Yeah.
Lots of pepper. I'm good to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Some Triscuits.
Pickle juice.
Oh, yeah. Pickle juice, that's fine.
That's an important ingredient. Yeah, it has to be super tart.
Do you eat tuna fish often?
It's one of my favorite things.
It is. Are you worried about Mercury?
No.
Venus.
Earth is actually my greatest concern.
Right.
You're not supposed to eat it when you're pregnant. I'm not.
Because of Mercury?
Right. Mm-hmm. Those concerns. But I love tuna. You know how I want to sample tuna everywhere.
Yeah.
The very best tuna, you know where it is. Shop and Save.
What? Get
Rochester
out of here.
Road.
Get out of here.
No, that is the very best
you're
tuna
buying
salad.
see, I'm not doing it. I am not. Don't do it. You're going to get sick and die.
No.
You will. You'll get sick and die.
That's ridiculous.
Don't buy stuff with mayonnaise that somebody else has made.
I buy tuna salad wherever I can.
You'll regret
because I like to taste how different people make it. And the very best tuna is at Shop and Save on Rochester
I'm surprised
Road.
You're still alive. I truly am.
I would do just about anything.
Really?
For the tuna salad.
You have no idea what's going on.
I know exactly what's going on.
That pre-made stuff?
No, I'm telling you, it's the best deli.
How about crab cakes? You ever do? Because when you think of deli, like I had an Uncle Eddie from Chicago who would fly in when I was a kid.
Wow,
Pittsburgh.
that sounds like
Uncle
like
Eddie.
He got caught up in the arrest of the mob boss.
Uncle Eddie from Chicago. He'd fly into Pittsburgh, visit family. He'd always say, let's go get some crab cakes. And they always were kind of like those things in the little foil.
In the little, cupcake thing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a crab cake. And I'm probably not a whole lot of crab in there.
No, there's not very much crab in there, but good crab cakes.
Oh, my God. Good crab cakes?
Are you kidding me?
Talk about $20. A good crab cake.
Don't you love you know what I love? I love a good crab cake that is crisp on both sides. Both sides on top of a big salad.
How about the Green Tree Inn? They had Paul Kress. Serafino's. Oh,
yep.
Don't give them any credit. Paul Kress, he's a former sales guy here. He's a Pittsburgh legend.
Sure.
He was always big on crab cakes. He'd go, hey, come on, you want to go out and get some crab cakes? Like I'm going to say no.
Exactly.
Yes, Paul, I would be happy to get some crab cakes. Anyway.
Man, I want a crab cake. But tonight it's pizza for dinner at the Emmons house.
Pizza?
Yeah, make your own. MYOP.
Oh, make your own pizza. All right. Okay, very nice. All right, take a break. When we come back, the weekend review. What did we talk about? What hacked us off?
What did we watch? What did we read?
What did we listen to? Straight ahead, Pittsburgh's Christian Talk. It's the ride home. The crab cake edition.
101.5 WORD.
Plan now to join Word FM aboard the Gateway Clipper. It's our Valentine Dinner Cruise, Friday, February 10th. A special night out for sweethearts, couples, and friends. Enjoy a delicious dinner buffet in the romantic warmth of the Gateway Clipper's Empress as you take in spectacular views of the city skyline. Boarding time is 6 p.m. Book now at wordfm.com. Sponsored in part by
Trinity Jewelers, and Cornerstone Television.
If you're a business owner, imagine getting up to $26,000 per employee. There's still time for business owners to file for the Employee Retention Tax Credit Program. This program is for business owners who continue to pay their W-2 employees during the COVID pandemic. Many businesses qualify and simply do not know it. All business types and industries may qualify. You can claim the credit even if you received a PPP loan. This is a cash payment and not a loan, and can be claimed now. The licensed CPAs and tax professionals at DH Tax and Consulting have been serving business owners across the country for over 15 years. The best part is that until you receive your cash payment, you don't pay us a dime. Our tax credit specialists are available now at 833-ERC-FILE, and your tax payment estimate is quick, easy, and free. That's 833-ERC-FILE to qualify you and your business for up to $26,000 per W-2 employee for free federal aid. Call us now at 833-ERC-FILE. That's 833-ERC-FILE.
Brr, I'm cold.
You know why you're cold? Because we need to replace our windows.
It's going to be expensive.
Well, we lose money every time the wind blows.
I don't want to deal with a high-pressure salesperson.
Well, our neighbors used Energy Swing windows and doors, and they loved them.
Oh, they have over 500 five-star reviews.
The Energy Swing is a complete lifetime warranty for a peace of mind guarantee. So if we replace the windows and doors with them, we'll never have to do it again.
I'll make an appointment today at EnergySwingWindows.com.
During the pandemic, they closed our churches down.
Suicide rates are exploding. Drug and alcohol use is ravaging America, and there's no church to bring the hope.
See the new documentary, Super Spreader, how a stand against religious tyranny brought hope to a country in crisis.
Christian singer and activist Sean Foyt leading what's called Let Us Worship.
Here's a move of God that's going to change America.
Watch Super Spreader, available now at salemnow.com. salemnow.com.
Good Housekeeping just released its list of 65 New Year's resolutions to make you a better and happier you. They're good things, but no surprise. Not one of them includes worship. Why not resolve to get to know the Creator, the one who knows you inside and out? This is Pastor Tom Hall of First Presbyterian Church of Pittsburgh, 326th Avenue, downtown. Join us Sundays at 10:45. This year, resolve to come back to church.
It's been another week. That means it's time for John and Kathy's Week in Review. What was everyone talking about this week?
I've had several conversations over the last day. Yesterday, midday at 2:30 in the afternoon, a man was killed in downtown Pittsburgh, execution style. An 18-year-old kid killed a 23-year-old guy in the middle of downtown Pittsburgh. What have we become? What's happened here? I think people are talking about that a lot. I've had several of these conversations.
I would also say people are talking about how nobody knows what the word classified means.
What do you mean? Kind of leaky.
I don't think it matters what party you belong to. It doesn't seem like people get the definition.
Yeah, don't take it personal.
What was a conversation that made you think?
We were talking with Eddie Jones and Justin Coaxum. They are pastors at Eternal City Church in Wilkinsburg. We talked about this on Monday at, I think, 5:15.
4:10.
4:10, thank you. Also, this is the same conversation?
The one that, no.
No, you don't. Okay. So we were talking about MLK and nonviolence. And
it was such, to me,
I love those guys.
It was just really helpful because I trust those guys. They trust us. And so inevitably, in any race conversation, you're going to say something stupid or hurtful.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it with someone who knows that your intentions are good, then you can learn from each other without being terrified that you're going to be canceled.
Right. Or someone, get hacked off at you. You're just trying your best to figure out the situation like everybody else. That's all.
Yeah. That was Monday's show at 4:10. As soon as Eddie and Justin left, Joe Sweeney came in at 5:10 from the Acervo Project, and he talked about sex trafficking. The Acervo Project that Joe runs seeks to disrupt the networks that allow men to prey on, in particular, younger women, but also younger men in the sex trafficking industry that stretches around the globe. And so if you missed any part of Monday's show, I'm telling you, between the race conversation with Eddie Jones and Justin Coaxum at 4:10, or our conversation on sex trafficking with Joe Sweeney at 5:10, please listen to those 2 segments. They were so helpful to me and encouraging to me and educational both. You can find them wherever you get your podcasts. We're on 40 plus platforms, so find us, The Ride Home with John and Kathy.
What are you reading?
Our friend Tish Harrison Warren wrote an essay maybe 2 weeks ago about the rule of St. Benedict.
In the New York Times, she wrote it.
Right. So I have a copy of the rule of St. Benedict on my bookshelf, and I pulled it back out again. I probably read this 20 years ago. It's maybe 100 pages. And in it, he goes into great detail about prayer, silence, what to eat, who to gather with. It's a wonderful, wonderful treatise. So I've been back into that. The Rule of St. Benedict. Really, it's a slim volume, and I'm sure it's anywhere online. You could probably get a PDF for free online if you wanted to go there. Yeah,
that's interesting. I just finished yesterday morning Tina Fey's Bossy Pants.
Oh.
Which is very funny and interesting too. If you are interested in Tina Fey, if she makes you laugh, or curious about her, Bossy Pants is very well. It transfers perfectly to audio. In fact, I think hearing her tell it to you is essential. It's just very funny. So check out Bossy Pants. And then last night I started Surrender by Bono.
What did you eat?
So one of my boys is back living with us, and he has discovered his culinary bone.
I like it.
The other day we came home, and he had made meatballs with this delicious, I don't know, I probably would offend him by calling it gravy, but it was. We had that over a baked potato and a green salad.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It was so delicious.
That sounds really, really
good. And that
good.
gravy thing that he made, it's not really gravy, but it is kind of gravy-ish, kind of spicy, great for dipping, like, you know,
oh, I love
bread
that.
in there.
Yeah.
Super delicious.
That's really good.
Very hearty.
Great. Good for you guys. Wednesday night, I broiled salmon, and I don't mean to brag, but I'm good at cooking salmon. I am. And this time I caught it on fire. Yeah, I actually started. I don't know, which is the most disturbing part of it, but the pan was on fire in the oven, and so yeah.
Make you anxious?
Very.
Flames shooting out of the oven?
Shooting out.
Did you ruin the oven?
I did not ruin the oven, but it took me a whole hour plus to clean it.
And the
outside, the fish was spectacularly good.
Aye, because it was charbroiled?
Well, because the fire was around it. It got very nicely browned on all sides.
Nice. Hey, happy accidents, right, in the kitchen. Very good.
What did you watch?
I am continuing on, again, as a disclaimer, don't let your kids do this, but I'm now in season 4, episode 3 or 4 of Better Call Saul. It's good. It's good television.
Is it?
I'm sorry, it is, really. The characters are fabulous. The writing is outstanding. It's deep and rich. I'm greatly enjoying it.
Same actors from Breaking Bad or no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm watching Three Pines, which is a new thing on Amazon, starring Alfred Molina. And he is just terrific in this show. Yeah, it's based on the books by Louise Penny. It's centered on Chief Inspector Armand Gamache, who works in French Quebec. And so everything takes place there. And it is so well done. It is really, yeah. So if you like mysteries, check out Three Pines.
What hacked you off?
Oh. Again, I mean, the bipartisan craziness that goes on in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we read the news every day and we dig deep into it. And so how are we going to thrive as a country? I just can't believe that this is where we are.
Right, I know.
People are so oppositional towards each other. I'm sure there have been other times as dark as this, but man, is anything going to get done of worth and value?
Nothing.
People are so petty and childish and stupid.
I know.
That's what hacks me off.
Well, what hacks me off is the fact that I brought this up earlier, this whole classified document thing. I mean, it's become a joke, right? And so Trump has classified documents in his closet. Biden has classified documents in his garage. And neither one of them is apologetic about it.
No.
Neither one. I mean, Biden said today it's no big deal.
Come on, you
Like,
guys.
is it well, of course it's
a
a
huge
big
deal.
Why are neither one of them coming out and saying, you guys, all
Sorry,
of
my
you,
bad.
all 320 million of you, my bad.
Right.
I am so sorry. We're all concerned about our collective safety.
It's not a witch hunt. No.
So I apologize. Why can nobody can do that?
Because
Nobody can apologize.
no one's an adult in the room.
No, it's a bunch of children.
What was the best news you heard this week?
Okay, so we spent 3 days on the air talking about Cross International. The best news, again, our listeners' kindness and generosity
Same thing I said.
towards those people who are on the outskirts of society.
Yep.
You helped so many kids this week. I mean, fabulous.
Yep.
500 plus kids are going to go to school. They're going to be fed. They're going to be given. I mean, it's just really excellent. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
I heard a segment on a National Public Radio, which puts out a lot of outstanding programming. I'm not trying to diss them, but a particular segment that I heard, they were discussing how amazing it would be to give money. Like that you could actually, if you want to support a charitable cause, you could give money.
Yeah.
And I thought,
that's us.
What?
Thank you.
What? This is news to you guys? Like, people have been donating, 10% of their, family income, 20% minimum for
hundreds of years.
For 2,000 years.
Yeah.
For 4,000 years.
Right.
Anyway, so just wanted to say that. I don't mean to come out accusatory. That was a bad take on my part. What I'm trying to say is thanks to all you guys for what you do.
Very nice.
What have you been listening to?
Okay, well, this is on my phone. This is part of my music mix. David Crosby passed away yesterday. Of course, I've been listening to this.
Lacy lilting lyric, losing love line and change my life, make it right, be my lady.
Funny you should bring that up, John.
Yes.
Because I've been listening to
Got out of town on a boat going to Southern Islands, sailing to reach before a following sea. She was making for the trades on the outside, and the downhill run to Papa Ede.
Buy $1 million of affordable term life for you. All you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-333-1750. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-333-1750. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-333-1750. 800-333-1750.
Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you got to use it, it's not very absorbent? It's basically a towel that's leaving you out to dry. That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. I know, it's mind-blowing. Towels that actually dry you. Their 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, 2 washcloths. They come in a variety of colors, and right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $49.99 with promo code WORD. Or go to MyPillow.com right now and click on the radio listener special. MyPillow products come with a 10-year warranty and have their 60-day money-back guarantee. To receive this amazing offer on the 6-piece set off MyPillow towels, just go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, enter promo code WORD, or call 800-391-0954. That's 800-391-0954. Or visit MyPillow.com, promo code WORD.
Marketing your business is hard. It's so competitive, and getting new customers is as hard as keeping your existing ones. We know it because we're a local business too. So when it comes to marketing your business and getting new customers, we know how to do it. Our digital marketing firm, Salem Surround, is built to create customized solutions to your business, not your competitors, just you. Reach out to us at salemsurround.com, and we'll work with you to create those solutions that will increase your business and bring you new customers. salemsurround.com.
Discover the magnificence of the Mediterranean with Alistair Begg and our trusted partner, Inspiration Cruises and Tours. 9 life-changing days of powerful worship, Bible study, and history. Sign up now, deeperfaithcruise.com.
Listen on your smart speaker at wordfm.com, the Word FM app, iHeart, TuneIn, and on Odyssey. In your car or at home, too, at 101.5 WORD-FM, Pittsburgh.
Okay, things to do out and about here in the city this weekend. Remember Malcolm Jamal Warner?
Yeah, from The Cosby Show.
Yeah. He's in town tonight as part of something called Poetry Unplugged Shock Value. Now, I did not know this. He is apparently an R&B performer, a bassist.
I've heard of his stuff, yeah.
Really? He'll be at the August Wilson Center this evening. Yeah.
He did some stuff with Layla Hathaway, if I remember.
Really?
A couple years, maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Interesting. Okay, for people who love cars, World of Wheels, not War of Wheels, World of Wheels, the annual auto show, 61st year, drawing gearheads and novice automotive appreciators down at the David L. Lawrence Convention Center. This is one of those like star-studded like lineups he knows in town this week. Henry Winkler, Cindy Williams.
Shirley.
Twisted Sister frontman Dee Snider.
Dee Snider?
Yeah. So you can meet the Fonz and see some cool cars.
Wow. Why is Henry Winkler doing that?
Because he's just, there's like this whole sort of subculture.
No, I know, but he doesn't have to.
Well,
I mean, he's had a terrific career. He continues to have a terrific career.
Yeah. I think probably a lot of people
Penny Williams, no one's seen her since, Boo Boo Kitty went home in like 1986.
Someone throws you some cash. You like to hang out and meet your fans. It's an easy weekend. I mean, people are like, Fonz. It's kind of funny. I saw him on Twitter last night. He tweeted out, hey, great food, Pittsburgh. And he didn't have the H on Pittsburgh. And somebody responded, thanks, Henry.
That's funny.
It is funny.
Has he had some of the greatest small roles?
Oh, he's fabulous in those.
I mean, I love.
He can shine.
He was so outstanding in Parks and Rec.
Yep.
He was hilarious in Arrested Development. Absolutely hilarious in Arrested Development. I mean, he just shines he's so quirky that way.
He sure does. Yeah. Okay. How about this? A musical, the new musical, Here You Come Again, an imagined encounter between Dolly Parton and a struggling New York comic. It's at the Pittsburgh Playhouse. And also,
I'd have to be convinced on that one.
Yeah.
But now I'll be singing that song for the next 24 hours.
It'll take some moxie playing Dolly Parton in a play.
No kidding.
Roman Holiday is now on the big screen.
Oh!
AMC Waterfront.
That's a great movie.
Yep. Cinemark Robinson and Phoenix Theaters
Audrey
in Bridgeville.
Hepburn and Cary Grant.
Yep. So the theaters bring back like these classic movies.
I love Roman Holiday. That's what made me want to go to the Spanish Steps.
Of course.
Yeah. I love that movie.
So there's some things out and about this weekend. And, of course, snow is in the forecast as well.
Mostly Sunday, I think.
Yeah.
I have a couple celebrity birthdays.
Okay.
Two very different people who are famous for very different reasons. I think I'm going to start here with Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin. Buzz was on our show a couple of times over the years. Buzz Aldrin is, when you think about Apollo 11 and Neil Armstrong. I mean, Neil Armstrong, there was like this big debate. Who will be the first guy to set foot on the moon? Of course, it's a gigantic honor. of course, in the end, they chose Neil Armstrong over Buzz Aldrin. They thought Buzz was this is crazy, was a little too unreliable.
Yeah, a little too volatile.
You're sending a guy to the moon. How volatile can he be?
Right, I know.
There's a great thing on YouTube where these people who go, we've never landed on the moon, they troll Buzz Aldrin at public events. And somebody was like in his face a couple of years ago and was like, "You're a liar, Buzz Aldrin. You're a liar." Buzz Aldrin wailed this guy, punched the guy in the head. I know how old Buzz Aldrin is because I know my space history. Buzz Aldrin today, shockingly so, is 93.
You are correct.
Years of age. Buzz Aldrin.
You are correct.
God bless
John,
him.
you have got to watch For All Mankind on Apple. You have to.
I started to watch it. It's just a soap opera to
No,
me.
it's not just a soap opera.
All right.
The first season is so excellent. Oh, my gosh.
Maybe after Better Call Saul.
All right. Also, celebrating a birthday today is Rainn Wilson. Dwight Schrute. To all of you who watch The Office, one of the great television top 10. I would say top 10
sitcoms or television shows.
Comic characters in history. Is that too much to say?
No, I don't think so. No, Dwight Schrute.
Yeah.
No, he's classic. The cool thing about Dwight Schrute is Rainn Wilson. His career was like zero. Like zero before The Office.
Right,
Seriously.
and zero since.
Pretty much. I mean, he's made bank, so he probably
What does he need?
Choose not to. He's probably mid 50s, 56.
57.
Hey, very nice.
I would have thought he was much older than that.
Really?
Yeah, I would have thought that.
I kind of think he would be much younger.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's not.
Yeah, okay.
He's 57 years old today.
Ballparkish. All right.
Okay.
Very nice.
Good job, John.
Very nice. Hey, thanks for coming along. As always, the podcast is up and running after we leave the air. You want to go back and comb through anything. I don't know why I'd want to do that. Anyway, have yourself a great weekend. Avoid the snow if you can, and we'll see you Monday, God willing. In the meantime, say your prayers.
The Ride Home with John and Kathy, a production of Salem Media Group.
This is Carol Platt-Liebau for townhall.com. So now we're learning what the left means by equity. 7 high schools in Fairfax County, Virginia have admitted they deliberately failed to tell some of their students they had been commended by the prestigious National Merit Corporation. It was part of a new school strategy meant to provide, quote, equal outcomes for every student without exceptions, unquote. The left's concept of equity